find your seats. We're about to get started. All right, hello, and welcome. If you could take your seats, please, as our graduates are about to join us in the back. Welcome to the 64th Annual Merrick Avenue Middle School Moving Up Ceremony. My name is Kate Caparuso, and I have the pleasure and privilege of being the assistant principal of this amazing Merrick Avenue class. My main objectives with this speech are to introduce myself to you as the MC and to welcome you. But as I prepared my opening remarks, I asked myself, how can this introduction speech reflect the changes our students and our school community have gone through over the past 2 years? In Mr. DeLugazima's official guide to being an essay ninja packet, which he uses when he teaches essay writing, he advises students not to ask yes or no questions in an essay. I assume that probably goes for speeches as well. Students should only ask questions that you can ponder. Good advice, and certainly this is not a yes or no question, and we can take a moment to reflect on the changes we have gone through these past 2 years. After all, we started this journey and we asked you to trust us, to send us your children with so many unknowns. What a leap of faith that you and your children took to embark on a new school in a new school district after an extended closure. From that uncertain start, with each step of their journey, we have moved closer and closer back to a more typical middle school experience. From virtual to in-person, we found ways to enjoy sports, clubs, a musical, and music performances. Over the course of the past 2 years, we have worked to give our kids the experiences they deserved. We may have changed what those experiences looked like along the way, but virtual or in person, we have followed our district's mission to create a culture of belonging. When your children are nervous as they transition to high school, please remind them of the changes and challenges that they have already faced and conquered during a global pandemic. And perhaps just as important, remind them that they are not alone. They have the love and support of their family, the trusted adults in their school community, and their peers, all of whom will help them navigate this next new beginning. You have raised some wonderful children, and we were successful because of all of you, because of the amazing partnership that exists between school and family in the Belmore Merrick community. It is my honor to stand alongside all of you as we celebrate the accomplishments of this incredible 8th grade class. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise as we present to you Teams 7 and 8 of the Merrick Avenue Middle School class of 2022. I ask that you all please remain standing as we welcome the incredibly talented members of Word of Mouth, directed by Mrs. Dana Brandwine, to sing a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Any of our graduates who are also members of Word of Mouth, please join them up front.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
You may all be seated. Before we begin our ceremony, we would like to kick it off with one more musical number. Please enjoy our second song from our dedicated Word of Mouth members who will be singing Don't Stop Me Now.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world is turning inside out. Yeah, I'm floating around in ecstasy,
Let's have another round of applause for the members of Word of Mouth and Director Mrs. Dana Bradwell. Special thanks to Mr. Stiglitz and Ms. Creasy, who have managed to figure out how to configure all of this sound out here, and we're able to recreate it 2 years in a row. So we greatly appreciate that as well. It is now my pleasure to introduce our building principal, Ms. Caitlin Dunn, for her congratulatory remarks.
Thank you, Mrs. Caparuso. Good afternoon, and a special thank you to our honored guests joining us here this afternoon, our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Harrington, and our school business official, Ms. Michaela Coney. Thank you so much to the parents, families, faculty, and staff that are here to honor this very special Merrick Avenue class. Thank you for celebrating with us today. I want to start by expressing my sincerest gratitude to the Board of Education for their continued support of our schools, program, extracurriculars, and putting our kids first through these challenging years. Before we officially get started, I also want to take a moment to recognize our teacher retiree this year who has dedicated himself to over 20 years of service as a technology teacher at Merrick Avenue. Mr. Yunuzzi, if you would please don't mind standing up. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for the students and families of Merrick Avenue. Last year, as 7th grade students and families, you heard me reinforce our theme at MAMS, which was take it one day at a time. I admit it was not an original theme, and it is a bit simplistic, but in a time of uncertainty and ever-changing guidance, it was the mantra we paired daily with our constant commitment to putting our kids first. As parents, I ask you to trust me, to put your faith in this team and put your trust in Merrick Avenue. I ask you to take it one day at a time with us. I asked you to take it one day at a time with us and assured you that we would do everything we could to keep your kids safe, to keep them happy, and give them the middle school experience that they deserved. I am forever grateful to this group of parents of this class for your partnership these last 2 years. So thank you very much. Celebrations like today remind us it was all worth it. The last 2 years have posed uniquely different challenges for students, parents, and school administrators. Yet no matter how challenging each day was, even for our teachers on most days, the students that were sitting before us, you were our fuel. You are the motivation that kept us going. You continue to help us see the good and remind us of our purpose as educators. The more difficult days have given us all a greater appreciation for the good. Being home during the spring of your 6th grade year gave you a greater appreciation for being present at school these last 2 years. Missing out on some milestones and events gave us all a greater appreciation for our Spirit Day, concerts, musical, Adventureland, games, clubs, and celebrations like today. We are reminded to see the good and find the reasons to be grateful. This culminating ceremony today acknowledges the hard work, dedication, and perseverance of our students and our staff, who most sincerely deserve this moment. As I struggled a bit to find the right words to articulate what this class has meant to me, I reflected on the word normal. As we hurdled over each obstacle these last 2 years, we kept hearing about this gradual return to normalcy. What is normal? Normal is defined as the usual, average, or typical. Well, half of you started your first day of school in person, and the other half behind a computer screen. Not particularly normal. While other schools stayed in hybrid learning last fall and winter, we decided to welcome you back full in person at the end of September. We were not normal. Eating lunch in your school gymnasium is not normal. Wearing a mask and having a barrier up is certainly not normal. While other schools canceled sports seasons and clubs, you were having practices and games. Our clubs were stronger than ever. In fact, your school participation was so atypical, we had to expand teams, busing, and club offerings because of how committed you were to belonging to this school and making sure to make your mark. In 2 years where involvement was down everywhere else, this class of students had the highest enrollment in clubs and sports participation that we have ever seen at Merrick Avenue. This class, you deserve it. This class, the class of 2022, will be remembered not as a class that dealt with COVID, but the class of historic participation in their school community. You will be remembered as a class who earned Merrick Avenue's first ever designation as a national forum and New York State Essential Elements Schools to Watch. As our superintendent, Mr. Harrington, challenged us to do at the start of this school year, I echo that request to be present for what and who is in front of you right now, no matter how unexpected. Ma'am's class of 2022, you did not have a normal experience. You cannot be described as typical, usual, or expected. You are so unexpected in all of the best ways possible. You are resilient, and you have exceeded all expectations. You have made history at Ma'am's for all of the right reasons. My advice for you as you move forward to high school is to continue to defy what is expected and forever remember, you are not normal. You are extraordinary, and you have proven that these last 2 years. I am so proud of how each of you took care of your fellow Ram this year, how you saw the possibilities in the storm, and I thank you for making this the most unforgettable and abnormal 2 years together. Congratulations to our Merrick Avenue class of 2022. It is now my pleasure to welcome up our 8th grade student speakers. From Team 7, please welcome Ahona Rami.
Students, Ms. Sun, Ms. Caparuso, Mr. Assesti, our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Harrington, faculty, and proud parents gathered here on this beautiful and memorable day. I'm Ahona Rahman, and I'm pleased to say that I'm a member of Team 7. It is crazy to think about how far we have come during these past 2 school years. The beginning of our time at Ma'am's was a very unique one and one that we'll never forget. It is something we will reflect on with future generations. My hope is that we will never have to experience such trying times again. COVID-19 barreled into our lives so unexpectedly and flipped them upside down. Many families who lost their loved ones due to COVID will never be the same. I would like to take a moment to stop and commemorate the lives we have lost. Nevertheless, we persevered through those hard times, and now look at us today. This day marks the end of our wonderful experience at Ma'am's and the beginning of our exciting futures to high school and beyond. I remember when I was little, I would look up to the 8th graders and high school freshmen and view them as these incredibly cool and sophisticated adults. Now, I'm one of those adults, and yet I have so much ahead of me and a great deal to learn. Last year was definitely one of the toughest school years yet. It was very hard for everyone to become accustomed to all the restrictions and new additions to the school. We'd never had to hide our faces at school behind crinkly masks or be trapped behind dividers that gave us no space on the desks. I remember finding it hard to speak up, my voice muffled by the mask and dividers. My teachers must have requested me to raise my voice more than 50 times throughout the whole school year. I also remember the frustration teachers and students would feel when dividers were knocked over every 2 seconds. You could simply just graze it with your arm, and there came a loud thud as it tumbled to the ground. At the same time, there are also advantages to the new rules. I can't say I'm not guilty of taking naps between classes whenever we went virtual, or using the excuse that my camera was broken whenever I didn't feel like making myself look presentable on Google Meet. Overall, 7th grade was tough and at times unbearable, but there were still many happy memories made. This year took a big turn from the troublesome events that occurred last school year. Finally, we were able to live without the dividers and resume to a somewhat normal school year. Sports, hands-on learning activities, and regular lunch periods once again commenced. Immediately entering 8th grade, I had a feeling this school year would be different. I was definitely right. This school year has got to be one of the best I've ever had. One of the most memorable events was the day the mask mandate came down. After almost 2 years of viewing only half of people's faces, all of a sudden, a huge piece of our lives went back into place. It felt like we were taking a big step back towards normalcy. The first few days felt so unusual, and I often found myself reaching to fix my mask, only to realize I didn't even have one on. Now, I couldn't be more happier and comfortable. Take that, COVID. On another note, I am forever grateful for the way this school has shaped me and taken care of me, so I can be well prepared for high school. Entering MAMS, I was a clueless 11-year-old who was fresh out of quarantine. I was in no way ready to take on the responsibility that I was now expected to possess. However, MAMS has taught me many valuable lessons. For instance, I was not aware of the fact that friends will come and go. However, either way, you'll meet amazing people who will make you a better person and who will stick with you through thick and thin. The thing I adore most about MAMS is the fact that we have all come together from 6 different elementary schools, and we will all leave with a better understanding of MAMS pride. We all know the importance of having patience, responsibility, integrity, dedication, and empathy. That leads me on to another thing I'm grateful for, the wonderful teachers this school has. I'm especially appreciative of my awesome English teacher, Miss Richmond, who helped me connect with the subject of English. I've always had a passion for the subject, but she helped me improve greatly and become so much more hooked on to literature. I can say the same for Mr. Leone, with his hilarious jokes. Let's just say we will all never forget the name of his favorite metamorphic rock. I'll miss the entertaining stories that he always somehow managed to connect to the topic we were learning about. He found ways to teach us about the required material while still keeping it fascinating and comprehensible. Math and social studies were both subjects I had never used to excel in, but Miss Rumbost and Miss McAnally made my life so much easier with their effective ways of teaching. I'll never forget how Miss Rumbost always used to scold my class whenever someone would crack their knuckles loudly because she was so grossed out. Or the time when Miss McAnally's voice was slightly strange and the new Batman movie had come out recently. Instead of spending 5 minutes shushing my chaotic and rowdy class, she made us all crack up at our impression of Batman. "I am vengeance," she repeated in a deep, gravelly voice. I have never had a group of teachers who have appreciated and respected so much until this year. I am heartbroken to accept that this chapter of our lives has come to an end. I'll always cherish my magnificent 2 years at MAMS and reminisce about the good times frequently. As we all prepare to split and attend different high schools, I hope we can take everything we've learned and accomplished at MAMS and use it to help us in the future. Lastly, thank you to all the excellent teachers who've done a great job guiding and supporting us, and congratulations to all the brilliant students moving up today. I hope you all recognize your strength for making it here after 2 difficult years. I think we all know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Just remember that some tunnels may happen to be longer than others. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahona. It is now my pleasure to welcome up your 8th grade team speaker for Team 8, Janitha Jacoby.
Hi everybody. I don't know how I'm going to top that other speech, but I'd like to welcome you today, all of you. Okay. This is my take on graduation. Hello to all. I'd like to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Harrington, the family, faculty and staff, as well as our Team 7 and 8 students here at Merrick Ave, to our 2022 8th grade graduation. When I first came to MAMS, fresh-faced and curious, I was nervous and anxiety-ridden, but like most of you, excited. In life, there's standards and expectations. Coming to MAMS, we quickly realized that MAMS exceeded our expectations with flying colors. Here at MAMS, we started out rough. After the chaos that was COVID, interrupting us halfway into our last year of elementary school, we didn't know what to expect. We were lucky enough that with the help of supportive staff, friends, and family, we made an effortless transition. We were guinea pigs, in the sense that we were the first students to come back and officially try adjusting back to our normal lives. However, normal life was different than the ones we knew before. On September 1st, 2021, approximately 500 of us started the first day of our last memories at MAMS, while today, we've come to celebrate the end of this joyous occasion. At MAMS, we are like a family. As everybody knows, family protects family. Together, students and staff helped keep each other safe by maintaining distance, wearing masks, and as a result, now we're able to take off our masks, or keep them on if you wish, as a show of our hard work and dedication. The point is, at MAMS, we work hard to maintain a safe and friendly environment. Today is a bittersweet moment that has come around too fast. I thought that the school year was taking forever to end, and just as suddenly, it snuck up behind us, and just like that, we're here. It saddens me to say that I will not see some of you as we head off to different high schools, but I am so happy that MAMS was able to connect all of us for these past 2 years. A silly truth of mine, most of you may relate to, is that I never expected to become friends with some of my closest friends today. Not only did I make new friends, but MAMS was able to get me to reconnect with some of my old friends from elementary school. It feels like all my life I've seen the people around me grow. Standing here today, I'll say it's incredible to see myself grow with others. Unfortunately, school is not just about friendships. A large portion of school is our education. I'll be honest, school isn't always my favorite. But when it comes to this school, I'm all in. I'd like to thank my teachers for shaping me into the person I am today. To Miss Gummersell, my teammate social studies teacher, who allowed me to expand my knowledge of social studies. She allowed me to participate and feel understood in her class. To Mr. Fallon, who honestly graded my assignments and pushed me to another level in writing that I never dreamed to reach. To Mr. Zinke, Earth Science never really came easy to me, but it's safe to say that I'm walking out of his class with the utmost knowledge of it. I can say without a doubt that Mr. Zinke is one of the funniest, most understanding teachers ever. He has forever changed the way I view learning science. To all my teachers, thank you, because without you, I wouldn't be here today. I'd like to thank Miss Dunn, Mr. Asefsky, and Miss Caparuso for all the things you do to make Merrick Avenue a special place to go to school. I'd also like to thank all of the other staff members at Merrick Ave. Sometimes just returning a smile or a nod makes me feel appreciated, so I wanted to let you know that you are appreciated for everything it is you do. I can legitimately say that this year has been one of the best of my life. MAMS has given us a taste of freedom that will vastly increase by the time we finish high school. I can't believe this is a landmark part of our lives, because in middle school, I believe the biggest change occurs. We don't have everything figured out, of course, but we've just grazed the surface of ourselves. I say with a heavy heart, goodbye, but the other half of me is excited to see the next part of my life, what the next part of my life entails. Congratulations, everybody. This is it.
Thank you, Janisa. It is now my pleasure to introduce a Merrick Avenue alumni and graduating senior from Calhoun High School to share some words of wisdom with our 8th grade class. Please join me in welcoming Calhoun senior Julie Maringer.
Good afternoon, graduates, proud parents, faculty, and administration. My name is Julie Maringer, and it is my pleasure and privilege to be standing in front of you all today. I would first like to congratulate all of the 8th graders on moving up to high school at the next stages of their lives. I remember my middle school graduation like it was yesterday, excited but nervous for what was to come. A little bit about myself: I went to Birch Elementary School, Merrick Avenue Middle School, and attended, I guess, Calhoun High School. Entering high school, I was scared. A lot of my lifelong friends were going to Kennedy. My parents asked if I wanted to switch high schools, but I knew that in the long run, things would work out. At that moment, I was devastated. I didn't want to leave my friends and the memories we had created together. But luckily, those friends I have maintained, along with the new friends I have created. And what I didn't realize was that I would still see them on the weekend, around town, and text them almost every day. If I could hear the speech again from a senior, as an 8th grader, I would want to hear them say that time really does go fast. And that they've heard people say that, and that they didn't listen, like me. Time truly goes so fast. I cannot believe that I will graduate in 2 days, that I had my senior prom last night, and that I would probably never file into a classroom or auditorium or a field like this with the same exact group of people for a while. It feels like 2 days ago that I was sitting in Mr. Leone's class, bothering him about earth science and going to every single one of his extra helps. Lucky for me, he was a great teacher that guided me through a hard subject and course. And if he's here, I'm sorry for that one again. But from him, I learned so many valuable lessons that I was able to take to high school. One would have to be opening a locker, which in high school is definitely a little easier because you don't have that tight unlocking thing. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But another crazy thing I learned was that the transition from middle school to high school was not as scary as you might think. In my opinion, the biggest jump was from elementary school to 7th grade, which you guys have already done. Middle school to high school is just moving to a different building with a couple of faces and different teachers. But I implore you all to take advantage of your new setting and faces that you will see. I want you to join all the clubs, to play all the sports you want to, and to just be friends with everyone you can. Because joining the clubs I did and playing a sport every season is what allowed me to make friends with people outside my grade that I was able to learn and grow from. And even if sports or clubs are not your thing, it is so important to me that you all just create fun memories with one another and make as many friends as you can. Your schooling career and life in general is so short, so make sure that you take advantage of the moments and opportunities life throws at you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you can all learn something from me. I wish you guys the best of luck in your future. I know you will all do amazing things. Congratulations once again. This is one of the first of many amazing accomplishments in your lives. Have an amazing day, and good luck in high school, everyone.
Thank you, Julie. We wish you luck as you continue your educational career at Cornell University, majoring in biology on a pre-med track next year. Even more impressive than that, Julie had prom last night and still joined us this afternoon on not much sleep. So please, again, one more round of applause for Julie. At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Caparuso and Mr. Sesti back up to the podium to confer the diplomas of this year's graduates.
Mason Accardi. Reese Adams. Zachary Adelstein. Mustafa Ali. Hunter Amato. Elisa Emil. Jackson Amarudin. Andrew Amarati. Laura Lynn Armanti. Noah Arstar. Ellen Asatorian. Jacob Backrack. Jake Bocci. Isabella Barnes. Jacob Basso. Lily Batista. Wyatt Baxter. Erica Becker. Nicholas Becker. Joseph Belbold. Brazil Body. Nicholas Bilella. Priya Bismuth. Sabrina Blunt. Jordan Brockbelt. Liam Brandt. Santino Buccellato. Juliana Pichetti. Olivia Caddes. Hanson Chow. Talia Caravella. Claire Carriger. Dimitrios Karua. Massimo Stelli. Gianna Castiglia. Isla Cavalieri. Amara Cave. Juliette Senior. Connell Chow. Avery Charney. Anthony Chang. Benjamin Sherveni Berzel. Sophia Chinchilli. Pearl Chicalis. Colby Clark. Madeline Colapinto. Jade Collado Navis. Aiden Comer. Jake Candela. Kira Conforti. Nick Conti. Matthew Cora. Jaden Conklin. Christian Cruz. Max Delgado. Caitlin DePaulo. Logan Diermeyer. Alexander Dome. Nathan Dome. Justin Donaldson. Allie Eisner. Luca Facapointi. Luca Fachaponti. Casey Fernandez. Salvatore Finelli. Derek Fong. I, Anthony Ford. Serenity Fuentes. Francesca Gallo. Julia Gallo. Chase Garcia. Emily Garrett. Luca Giraldi. Eliana Gerasimo. Lila Gleischer. Adina Goldberg. Chase Goldberg. Chase Goldman. Marcelina Goloboska. Andy Granados. Nicholas Brecci. Isabel Grubb. Isaac Gilbert. Emma Gunn. Cadence Haven. Ronan Higgins. Dakota Home. Kenneth Howe. Kayla Indich. Janisa Jacopi. Mark Caden. Landon Calvin. Evan Kaplan. Jessica Katz. Emily Kessler. Matthew Klein. Ethan Kondak. Maria Contagianis. Julia Kopelman. Alexa LaBarbara. Amina Lashkari. Isabel Latham. Julie Lehrfeld. Evan Light. Carly Lemaire. Drew Lennon. Jacob Levy. Gina Leon. Lucas Lucci. Peter Majorano. Jack Mikowski. Nicole Markowitz. Natty Martin. Nathan Matthew. Adi Mixtry. Brianna Massey. Ayla Mahia. Abby Manager Love. Jamie Manager at Love. Nicholas Messina. Justin Nikish. Savannah Morales. Oraldini McCoy. Mia Monasteri. Jillian Nader. Corey Akonowitz. Justin Orlando. Logan Passo. Kenneth Borkowitz. Kevin Charlo Puntil. Gabriel Prida. Scott Presti. Soraya Primavera. Amanda Sakis. Ahona Ruman. Philip Raimondo. Lucas Rich. Red Riendo. Liam Rosolo. Alec Rabot. Jaden Rogers. Cristiano Rosero. Rainier Rubio. Jacob Salimi. Jacob Salami. Kavneet Saluja. Jacob Saltzman. Gianna Sangarima. Rachel Schneer. Leela Schuyler. Levi Schuyler. Haley Schwetz. Paige Seltzer. Jacqueline Sinise. Abel Shaji. Chloe Shore. Jordan Siegel. Diane Sinclair. Charles Sibbin. Drew Sklar. Roxanne Skolnick. Nicole Slattery. Ruth Small. Patrick Smith. Anaya Sohan. Sebastian Solis. Steinman Sue Chen. Kaylee Sullivan. Nicholas Tina. Aiden Top. Nicholas Tomasello. Stephen Triano. Oliviana Tristino. Olivia Tristino. Shailene Sudok. Sophia Venditti. Maria Patel. Kyle Viola. Nicholas Vole. Alyssa Waldman. Patrick Walsh. Jeremy Wong. Giovanna Weinschreider. Lucia Weinschreider. Jolie Weiss. Scarlett Weiss. Jack Wolfson. Tiffany Yam. Matthew Zafonte. Maya Zdal. Liam Zini. Alexander Jervis. Cole Zinman.
Thank you, Mr. Sessi. I do not envy pronouncing everybody's name, so thank you, Mr. Sessi. All right, graduates, I ask that you please stand and turn and face the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you Merrick Avenue's class of 2022. Congratulations.
Nope.